What up, everybody? How you guys doing tonight? Welcome to Monday Night Live. My name is Vick Strizheus. Good to see you guys. Good to be here with you. Every Monday night, if I'm not traveling, if I'm around, if I have access to the internet, I try to live stream, one idea to you. One thought, one something that would hopefully help you take your game to the next level, take your game a notch higher. And tonight, we're going to talk about... all right, I see you guys here. All right, everybody good? Looks like we're on the way, airwaves. Okay, awesome. Sweet. Here's what we're gonna talk about tonight. I wanna talk to you about vision. I wanna talk to you about how do you create clear vision for the future you want to create. How do you, like, where do you start with that? And the reason I wanna talk to you about this is because of the conversation I had with some people over the last few days. And I'm like, dude, this is really an issue for a lot of people, for a lot of entrepreneurs. Bruce, I see you here. Dennis, what's up? Good to see you. Gus, Stella, Lucky, Paul Hansen. All right, great. We see you. Okay, Phyllis, great. Doug, all right, good. Is this an issue for anybody here watching me live? Has this been an issue for any of you guys watching these shows? Or if you're in the 4%, if you're not in the 4%, it doesn't really matter. As an entrepreneur, as somebody who's trying to create something, right, has that been an issue for you that you feel like not having a clear, you're like, dude, everybody's talking about having clarity and having a vision and all that stuff. How does that actually, what does that include? How do you go about making it happen, right? Because here's what I noticed. I noticed, and I'm talking to you from personal experience, from, when I got started, and right now when I we work with a lot of people here, and we're doing a lot of things, and and this is just what I'm seeing is that it's an issue for a lot of people. Yep. And even when we say we have clarity, even when we say we do have a clear vision of what we need, what we want to create, I think that what stops a lot of people from getting there is a gap, right? Because if I want to go from here, if I want to go from here, and then if I want to go over here, right? This delta right here, this gap, seems to be a big issue for us entrepreneurs. And what I'm going to talk to you about tonight, we're going to keep this in the context of money, marketing, right? What you want. However, you can apply this to anything, any other area of your life. Is that cool? A little echo, but sounds better. Are we echoing or are we good? Okay, Gus says that's an issue for me. Some people are not all that creative. Ellen says, right? The simple audit you can do to yourself. And when I say you, I'm talking to me, I'm talking to you from experience. Like everything I'm going to share with you guys, and as I do every single Monday, just like everything we teach, is never theory. Like I'm talking to you from experience. I'm talking to you from living this kind of stuff, from experiencing it, from seeing results, either good or bad. And if it's good, I tell you. If it's bad, I tell you. And we try to weed out, get rid of the bad stuff, get rid of the stuff that doesn't work, and then really kind of isolating the stuff that actually worked, helped me personally tremendously, and then we take a look at it on a macro level and see how it's working out for other people. And so bottom line is this. Here's a simple test for you. Okay? If this is your future and this is where you are now, question is how come you're not there? Right? How come we're not there? So what's going to happen? How do we go from here to here? A lot of people are attending webinars. A lot of people are going from a lot of people are jumping from one program to another program, buying course after course after course after course, right? Trying to get somewhere, and they're still attending webinars. I see, even you right now, you ask yourself on this, how come you're not there? And if you said, I don't know, you probably don't have a clear enough vision yet. And so I just want to talk to you about some ideas, and hopefully this brings you value. Would love to have your two-way communication on this one. Okay, good on my end says, okay, Gus says, I'm good, no echo. All right, hello from Texas, Bernice. Picture and audio is crystal clear. Okay, good. We should be good, okay? I'm going to share with you guys, there's about 9 steps or so, right? Why is this important? Any 4%ers here in the house? Any 4%ers, you guys know this? Have you seen this? Right? If you're in 4%, by the way, we are, I mean, as I'm talking to you right now as well, we're moving as a company, and we have been working on a project that is going to be unbelievable. I'm so excited about it. And this is the exercise that I'm going through as well. You know, this is the exercise that I personally go through, and this is a process that I'm in right now as I'm talking to you about this, because you're always going to reinvent yourself, right? There's always going to be the next destination. There's always going to be the next thing, right? Maybe if I started from here, this was my start, and maybe I got me here, and this is like, okay, this is good, but guess what? There's always another level. Guess what? When you get here, there's always going to be another level. Makes sense? Yes? All right. So pay attention to this. Take notes. One of the key attributes of a 4%er. By the way, if you're new to the concept of the 4%, this is a concept of greatness, man. This is a concept of being the best at whatever you're doing. If you're selling markers, you want to be the best in the top 4% of your industry selling markers. Period. And this is scientific data. This is not just some kind of made up thingy, because it sounds good. The 80-20 principle, the Pareto's principle, there is the 80-20 in the top 20. And if you look at any company, any industry, any organization in the world, you will find 4 people. This is scientific, verifiable data, statistics, right? You'll have 4 people in any company, industry, organization, church, community, anything, 4 people, okay, that will be responsible for about 96% of what's happening in that particular environment. Results, volume, exposure, goodwill, all that good stuff, whatever the organization is about. And I say people, not necessarily companies, because behind every company, there's usually a person that drives that company. And so company in of itself, it's nothing, right? Without the person driving that vision, right? So this is the concept of the 4%ers. So, and one of the key attributes of being in the top, right? If you don't want to be in the bottom 96%, which those people, you cannot tell the difference between what they're doing. They're all just trying to mingle with one another. They're trying to, see what everybody else is doing, but they're not visionaries. They're not doing they're not moving anything. Like if you take away any one of those 96%ers, take them out from the company or community or organization, nobody's gonna notice it. But if you take one of those 4 guys at the top, guess what? It's gonna be a big impact, and everybody's gonna notice. Everybody's gonna notice. Okay, so hopefully, if you're new to this concept, this is the concept of what we're propagating, what we're talking about, and hey, if you're doing internet marketing, you want to be at the top 4% of your company, of your industry, and this is where good things are happening. And there's also, then if you really want to get crazy, right? You want to go, you can 4% even that. There's a 4% within 4% within 4%, and then you really get to the point where you're like, I don't know, Jeff Bezos of the world or something, or business or something like that. You know what I mean? Like you really can. But this is a never-ending improvement. You know what I mean? So if you compete with yourself, and a challenge, I can tell you this is really simple. Like, how do we measure this kind of thing, right? How do we measure this whole 4% concept? Well, we're all entrepreneurs. Anybody not an entrepreneur here? Yeah. So if you're an entrepreneur, what's the measuring stick of an entrepreneur? What's the measuring stick of a business? So if you're an entrepreneur, you're driving a business, and that doesn't matter what business you're running. If you're a marketer, somebody who is driving revenue, right, for your company, for your LLC, for your sole proprietor, for your household, for your, whatever it is you're doing, I'm gonna give you guys the simplest way for you to be able to measure yourself on this 4% deal. Take a look at your income here. And it's always best when you compete with yourself. You don't have to worry about what the other guy is doing. It's always best when you really compete with yourself. And we're going to talk about some of this stuff. So if your income is, let's say if my income is $1,000, well, I'll take it. I'll take it even. Let's go back. Okay, let's say it's $100, because for 97% of the or like 96%, again, statistically verifiable data, we did surveys on this, 96% of people in our space, in our community's online marketing thing, are earning about $100 a month, okay? So here's what you do. You say, you know what? I wanna compete with myself. I'll give you guys a very simple, before we get to the meat and potatoes of creating a clear vision for yourself, which is really important. First attribute of a 4%er. Very, very first one, right? See this right here? Have a clear vision of the future you want to create. This is like the code of conduct of the 4%er. And so here's what I would do. Take $100, divide that by 0.04. Okay? Your next milestone in that situation would be, okay, would be $2,500. Make sense? See how I just did the math? Or you can take that times 25. It's a factor of 25, right? Now the reason it's so cool to think about it like this. Now when you get there, guess what you're gonna do? Okay, so if you really want to create magic in your life, and you know, we're talking in the context of business here, but you can apply it to anything, really anything. It's just that how do you gotta come up with a way for you to measure that kind of stuff, right? Now you can do that with your health if you're super overweight and stuff like that. This is really exciting. This is when you play this game with yourself, and I say game for lack of a better word, but when you really take this challenge, personal challenge for yourself, and you start hitting those milestones, my goodness, the way you feel, what happens to you as a person, what happens around you, the people that hang out with you, it's going to be absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. And when you do this, you don't look to the side. You do this with yourself. Okay? Huge idea for you guys. Now check this out. When you get to that, guess what you're going to do, right? You're going to take that number, 2,500, divided by 0.04. So you 4% that, right? Now what your next milestone with this example would be what? It would be 62,500. All right? So 3 levels. When you do this 4% thing that we're talking about, it's not easy. That's why nobody, very few people are 4%ers. It's not just a fancy thing of, a fancy saying or anything like that, or something that's cute. This is a challenge, and this is when I look at what we do. It's quantum leaps. It's not addition, it's multiplication, right? What that does to your brain when you think like this, and again, you don't have to compete with anybody else, because nobody else, most likely, in your space or from your competitors will think this way. Okay, what this does is it makes you compete with you. Number 2, it makes you think completely differently. How do you go from here to here, right? So what keeps you here will not get you there. So you need to change your thinking. You need to change, right? You need to change this guy. See what I'm saying? Because this guy drives this. When you get here, guess what? What took you here will never, ever, ever take you there. Ever. Right? Because we're playing with multiplication here. Now, how do we get there is the big question. Right? So how do we get from these milestones here? This could be from $100 to 2,500, from 2,500 to 62,500, and we're talking about monthly here. How many of you guys agree that when you do this 3 level up as a 4%er in this example, I mean, it changes everything for you, right? Let's see if we're still live. Are we still on the air? Okay. Etherine, what's up? Good to see you, Etherine. Lucky says another browser. Okay, are we still live or are we hanging? Okay, if you guys can talk to me, that'd be great. All right. So I want to talk to you because every time when I go from here to here, right? Every time I gotta do this. Okay. And so I want to talk to you about those steps. How do you do that? Is that okay? 100%? Pete Ketchup, good to see you here, man. Hope your family's good. Okay, everybody good. Okay. So, let's talk about some of these things, right? I'm going to talk to you in a way that probably be, let's just keep it simple. I don't want to complicate stuff. Okay, definitely says Rick. We're good. Okay, good. Good. Welcome. Everything is good. Okay, great. Okay, so there's going to be, by the way, if you don't have this, get this. I check myself against this thing. I mean, probably multiple times a day. Tell you. Number 1, have a clear vision of the future you want to create. Never complain about anything you cannot change or will not do anything about. Right? Number 3, learn something new today that will take you closer to your goal tomorrow. Number 4, break a sweat every day, because through physical exercise, emotion created by motion, right? Give away that which you, I mean, this is good. I mean, if you live by this, you will be a different person. Your life will be different, and therefore your business will. Your results, I mean, everybody, I mean, people live for money, right? A lot of people live for money. And it's not a bad thing, but understanding, see, what I want to talk to you guys about some deeper stuff. We talked about this, I think. Money is got 3 levels. It's got the physical level, okay? Physical level. This level 1. This is where the majority of people are on this pyramid right here of money. Like they work, okay? Second level is psychic. Not psychic level of money. It's your psychology. Whatever, how you spell it, right? And it's about this much. And then there is a 3rd level, which is 3. It's almost like a spiritual. Which, and this you understand, this is your comprehension of money, right? We talked about, I think we talked about it last time, I think. This is where majority of people are. This is you understanding that everything that you want on here, everything that I want here, everything that you want in this physical, stems from here, which is you, and the reason for why you do what you do, you know, your true intention, all that stuff. I think we talked about it. So in order for us to drive this right here, okay, we gotta stem from here and really understand this stuff. And so to do that, if I want to 4% my income, invert it, right? Invert that. I really got to understand something. Number 1 is this. It's going to be about 10 steps. Can you see that here? Yes, we can still see that. Okay. All right, so if you guys are not able to stream this on 4percent.com/live, then, because this is where I'm seeing your comments, then just refresh. Okay? Okay, check this out. I'm gonna simplify this down in a way that will hopefully that you get it, okay? Because if you don't get it consciously, subconsciously you will never achieve it. And the way that you achieve it is gonna be subconsciously, okay? So number 1 is I got to know, okay, my current location. Really, really important. Now, whatever, Vic, I know where I'm at. Do you really? You know, when I talk to people, and this is a couple people I talk to about this kind of stuff, like, I'm stuck, you know, you guys talking about the vision and this, and everybody's talking about that. How do I actually make it? And so, you know, a few minute conversation became really, really relevant that a lot of people, okay, are clueless about their current location. If I'm gonna go from, you know, if I'm gonna go from somewhere to somewhere, right? I've got to know where I'm at on a map, and I got to go know where I'm gonna go, right? So what I mean by this current location thing, current location is again, applies to everything and anything that you want to change. So if you want to change this in the context of business and money, because this is a measuring stick of how the business is doing, which is money, okay, and how money is measured, where that kind of comes from is from the 3rd level of money, which is your spiritual level, which is your understanding that money is just a byproduct of something, of the value that you create, of how valuable you are to whatever it is that you're doing, to the people, into the marketplace, right? And the money is simply an exchange, is a thank you note for what you do as a human being. So without you, there is no money, right? And so your current location is this. This is so basic, but so many people don't do this. I mean, there's no reason for it. And that is this. If you want to change your financial result, right? What is your, well, I'm not going to write it because it's going to take full board. Take a full audit. Take a full personal audit. It might take you a day, but I tell you, when you do this, the clarity that you will begin to form, okay? Because before we talk about the future, we want to really identify. If I'm going to go from my location, I'm going to type this in the GPS. If I don't type where I'm at, right? If I just type where I want to go in my GPS in the car, it's not going to work. And the reason some of your dreams don't work is because you don't know where you are. Well, yeah, I know I'm broke. Well, how broke, right? Like take inventory. Because unless you really know where you are, well, I'm a little overweight. Okay, how much overweight? Okay, I work a lot. Okay, how much do you work? What do you act like? Take real deep inventory, and this. What is your current burn rate? Let's say in the context of business or marketing or just living expenses, where you are now. Because if you're running a business right now and your household has a burn, everything has a burn rate. And so what does it take for you to just live every single month? Like a human body needs, I think they call it metabolic calorie whatever something. I'm not too crazy about health stuff. So like for us, physical body, for us to function on a daily basis, we need a certain amount of calories or energy, right? That for us to survive that day. So same thing with your business, with your money. So what's the burn rate? And it's a simple calculation. I tell you this, when you don't know that number, you don't have clarity, right? So you want to go somewhere, but you're not understanding where you are now. It messes up your clarity, okay? So we're going to come back to that clarity thing. It's really, really critically important. The clearer you are, okay, and of the future that you want to create, the faster you'll get there, right? So it's really simple. Number two, and I can answer questions about any of these maybe towards the end if we have time. I don't want to take too much time here because this is basic stuff. It can go over your head, but I promise you it will change the way you view your future, how you approach your future, how you do things. It will change everything. Okay. Then number two is, what's your destination? Okay, simple. All right. What's your destination? I want to go over here. Well, what's over here? And for me, it has been like when I remember when I started online in 2005, and I was at like $1,500 a month, and I wanted to be at like 5K a month. I was like, all right, that would be so good. The bills would be paid. Like I wouldn't have, I would actually have a little bit of money left at the end of the month after we paid the apartment rent and stuff like that. Makes sense? And hey Sheila, good to see you. George, good to see you. Okay, so for me back then, the destination was like 5K a month. I was like, if I can get to 5K a month, it would be so good. But that number, right, it represented something. Okay, so if my destination, and again, you can apply this to anything. So where you're going, really, what's the destination? Okay, so if I go from where I'm at to someplace tropical, okay, what is that destination? It's really, really important. Okay, so have the number, and then you go to the why, because what we're trying to do here is we're trying to reason. Okay, you reason with your conscious mind, because you can envision, you can do calculations, you can write things out, you can draw things out, you can really imagine things. It's your subconscious mind. Okay, what really runs your life, and it's like that operating system in the computer, is your subconscious. So we need to get clear consciously, okay, and then subconscious mind picks up. So this is what I want to talk to you about. So this right here, where we start talking about subconscious. Now, why do we need to get there? Okay. Some of you guys probably like, well, they get to the point, man. I understand that stuff. Do you really? Right? Let me give you an example. What is it going to be there? What is it going to be when you get there? What is it going to be like, when you get there? It's an exercise that is good for your conscious mind. It's like that spark. It's going to ignite your imagination. Okay, whatever you want to go. So if I want to, if I'm at, what is that? If I'm at $1,000 a month, okay, let's just play with numbers here, and income, because I know everybody probably watching this video right now because you want to make more money. Okay, the reason you want to make more money, okay, let's say you're at $1,000 right here a month, and you want to go, what did I say earlier? If you take my advice of 4% yourself on that one, right, inverted, that would be your next step up. Okay, might be, let's say, hypothetically speaking, it would be 25,000, right? Take that divided by 25, or divided by 4%, okay, which is 25,000. Now, so many people, you guys, I cannot tell you how significant this is. you're dealing with your subconscious mind that literally dictates how you're going to feel about things, how you react when you hit a snag, right? And so many people cannot go from here to here because they're just arbitrarily, they're just like pulling the number out of the thin air and just saying, well, I want to make 100,000 a month. Okay, when they're making 2,000 a month working at a job, or 4,000 a month working at a job, regular job, right, 9 to 5, and they start an online business and they just pull the number out of the hat just because it sounds fancy. I'm gonna go for 100,000 a month. They have no idea what it takes to get there. They have never ever been there. They have no experience what it's like to be there. They don't even need it. So they're like, I'm gonna do 100,000 a month. So they join a deal or whatever. They're trying to do something. Their subconscious screams, you know what, BS. And even though consciously they talk about this, what actually happens beyond, below the surface is their subconscious dictates what they do, how they feel, when they give up, when they, throw in a towel. Does that make sense? So far, so good? Okay, so what we need to do is we need to connect these two things right here, and we need to give instructions to our subconscious mind. The only language that subconscious understands is what? Can anybody tell me? You guys know what the language of the subconscious mind? Anybody know? I'm actually curious if anybody knows the language of the subconscious mind. What's the language of the subconscious mind, Bruce? Bruce says, yep. Okay. Nobody? Okay, I know there's probably a delay of like 30 seconds or something. Okay, yes, making sense. Okay, are we that delayed? Oh my goodness. Okay. Somebody says, Austin Toole says emotions. Ask Bana. Okay? It's not affirmations, it's pictures. It's pictures. The language of the subconscious mind, you guys, is pictures. Okay? It's pictures. That's right. Yeah. Okay? So you think in pictures, and your subconscious mind thinks in pictures. Okay? Feeling, right? Pictures create a certain feeling. Like think of your family. Your significant other, your kids. Think of your parents. See what happens? You don't think of their name, John, John, right? You don't think like that. You see their face. It's pictures. You see their face, right? And that picture creates a certain emotion within you, good or bad or whatever, however the relationship went, right? Okay. Think of the last vacation you took. Seriously, think it. Imagine the last vacation you took. Just go back. What happens? You don't see the word where you went, right? You see the pictures. Now that picture triggers a certain feeling for you, and then consciously you feel either good or bad, right? Your body, because all that stuff is connected. This is emotions and pictures. Yes, makes sense. Yes. So the language of the subconscious mind, and remember, subconscious is what drives, like dictates everything in your life, and it's literally programming, right? It's pictures. Okay. So your subconscious mind doesn't pick up on that number. It doesn't care. It could care less. It's 2,500, 25,000, 25 million. It doesn't care. You can talk all you want, and that's what a lot of people do. They talk. They they proclaim their goals. They might even write it down, but they don't do this stuff right here. I want to know, why am I going to go there? Okay, what's the destination? Why am I going to go there? And this has to be emotional pictures. This is where I say to people this: if you want to create clarity, you write this out, right? So if you could have, let's say if you want to get to $25,000, right? You ask yourself, right? You ask yourself, why do I want to get to $25,000? If that's your destination. I want to lose 50 pounds. Okay, why? Right? That your subconscious, because we're dealing with subconscious, it doesn't care about the numbers. I want to lose 50 pounds, 30 pounds, it doesn't matter. Why? How are you going to feel? What it's going to look like? What's that vacation gonna be like? What's that new vehicle gonna feel like? What's that putting your kids to college gonna be like? Does that make sense? You guys with me on this one? Okay? Remember, you want to connect with your subconscious. You want to trigger. So consciously, it's like a spark. It's like ignition in a car. You spark it, right? And then your subconscious needs to pick it up. And it does through pictures. Now, how do you really embed all that stuff? Very, very simple. Repetition. The end. Repetition. That's why you know your name. That's why you react like your parents, because you have seen them so many times. You know? That's why you act like your friends, because you're around them so many times or so much. Does that make sense? Okay? It's simply repetition. Okay? So, here is the idea. If you want to create compelling future, if you want to do this, and again, this is one of the key attributes of a 4%er, applies to anything. If you want to 4% your life in any area, key number one, right? Have a clear vision of the future you want to create. That word vision, my friends, is really important. The good old book on the greatest book on success ever written, that every other book is stemming from, anybody know what I'm talking about? Says this: if you ain't got no vision, you ain't got nothing. I'm paraphrasing. Okay? Really important stuff. So I can bust my butt all day long here, but if I don't have a vision of where I'm going, and I don't have all these things, like if my mind doesn't pick it up on the level that I can't see and can't comprehend, which is my subconscious, okay, nothing's gonna happen. I'm gonna grind like everybody else. And guess what? That's why so many people are doing it. Lucky you, you're the winner. That's right. You know? And okay, so here's what I want to do. Here's what I tell people. I say, look, get yourself a pad and paper, or a writing device or whatever, but make sure it's a pen in your hand. Something happens when you connect paper, pen, and your hand and your mind. When those four things come together, magic happens, right? So what you do is you do this exercise. It's going to inspire you, it's going to fire you up, and it has to be genuine. It cannot be just waste of time or just because somebody recommended you do that. It has to come from you, okay? Because your subconscious mind is you. It's your programming. So it's you. You know what I mean? It's the invisible you, right? So what you do is you write it out, what that destination is gonna feel like. What is it gonna feel like? And then what you do is you ask yourself, or you say, okay, I want to make, I'll break this down for you like this, right? So let's say you want to go from 1,000 to 25,000, which would be a 4% kind of a rule, a 4% challenge, right? For you to get there, 4% your income, inverted. Okay. Why? Okay. So you ask yourself why 5 times. Okay. You ask yourself why 5 times. The first one is easy. I want to make 25K. Okay, why? Okay? All right? Why number 1? Make sense? Now, what's the answer to that question? Lifestyle. All right? Then we go to the second why. Why number 2? Why? Why lifestyle? Why do you need it? Now, when you answer these whys, you want to be very detailed on paper. 3 or 5 of you will do this tonight, or maybe tomorrow. If you don't do this over tonight or tomorrow, forget about it. You're not doing it. And you're not doing it for me, you're doing it for you, you know? This will change how you feel. This will change how you think. This will change how you approach your business, and we're gonna go on. Make sense so far? Yes, you guys? Okay, let me see. Okay, good, right? So you ask yourself why 5 times. And then by the 3rd, 4th time, you'd be like, dude, I think, well, let's see, I want to make more money. Why? Because it's going to give me more freedom. Okay, why? Okay, why do you need more freedom? Well, because it's going to, give me better, more time with my, with my family to do what I want to do. Okay, why do you need that? See what I'm saying? So you get to the core, right? You get to the core of really that nucleus, and ultimately you will get to the feeling. Because all these outer shells, all these layers and fleshiness of life and things like that, that's nice, but your subconscious mind doesn't really care about that because it's emotional, right? So you'll get to whatever your why is. Again, can be for your health reasons, can be for your business, money, it doesn't matter. Make sense so far? Okay? Yes. I thought it was 7 whys. Okay, you can do 7, you can do 10, you can do 15. I'm talking about minimums here, right? When I do, you know, I'm the kind of guy that, you know, when I follow a mentor's instructions, and I remember when I wanted to drop about 35 pounds, and you know, and I got this, I found a mentor, Tony Horton, P90X guy, and initially I couldn't follow with them, right? But then I made myself a commitment. I told myself, you know what? I'm gonna do what you guys do, because you watch what they do and you kind of do that same thing, if you guys ever did that. And I made myself a commitment that I'm going to do more than that. And that's how you get the results, because a lot of people, they're just like, okay, if I need to do 3 calls, I'm just gonna do 3 calls. What I'm gonna tell you is whatever that mentor tells you, like if I tell you 5, you can go 10. You know, keep going. If you can dig deep, what I'm telling you is minimums, okay? But you go big. All right, makes sense. Yes, so we're gonna move on. All right, now look, here's the next thing I wanna do, okay? Make sense so far? Yes? P90X dog, yes. Tony Horton is the man. Makes sense, Regina says. All right. Okay, good. Step number 4, you guys, okay? Very, very important. What is the price tag? Okay? What is the price tag of this, right? If you're here, if you're at 1,000, you want to go to 25,000, but now we have identified the why, that feeling. What's the price tag on that? Now, we'll give you an example, okay? Now you gotta, so it's a dance between emotion and analytics, okay? Emotional and analytical. So you're bouncing between your subconscious mind, back to your conscious, back to subconscious, and back and forth, right? So here's how this is gonna work. What's the price tag, right? You establish what it's gonna look like. It's best when you have a detailed description written by you, to you, okay? And in a way that would inspire you. Like if you write it down and you're like, I want better things, I want to have this and this, but there's no emotion, like it doesn't get your blood pumping, you know what I mean? It doesn't give you those goosebumps, it doesn't scare you a little bit, it's not big enough. It's not compelling enough. Your subconscious is like sleeping. It's like, I don't care, you know, give me something better, you know? But then you want to identify, right? So if you want to go to, I want to have a lifestyle and I want to live here and I want to drive this and I want to go to this vacation, I want to put my kids to this school and I want to have all these other things here, you know, I want to have a personal chef, whatever, it doesn't matter what you want, right? Identify all those things in your description, and then what you want to do is just like you did here, your current location, okay? You do it, you know, you do an inventory of where you are, what's your burn rate for your current lifestyle. You do the same exercise on what's going to be the burn rate for your ideal lifestyle, where you want to go. Okay, so in business, we're talking about, you know, if you want to, you know, change your zip code, if you want to change, you know, how you eat, if you want to eat at better restaurants, what restaurants do you want to eat at? What's the price tag on those meals? You know, so you really want to give yourself the best estimate of what your life is going to cost you. Maybe 25K is not enough for you. Maybe you need to be at, you know, and obviously we're talking about a month. You know, 25K a month is pretty good lifestyle for most countries. Okay, it's not going to be the super rich, but then you can, you know, you can 4% that as well. Make sense? So you want to identify what's going to be the price tag of whatever you want. So if you're planning on going to this big vacation, or if you guys are younger, you know, whatever, or older, you want to do this big wedding or whatever, that's like your, oh my goodness, this is the destination, that's what I'm working for. What's going to be the price tag on that? I want to, you know, I'm going to put my kids into private schools. Okay, great. How much is it? See what I'm saying? Everything's got a price tag. Everything. Your dream, guess what? It's got a price tag. Do you know your price tag? Do you know your dream's price tag? Calculate it. Okay? Rick says, should bring tears to your eyes. We think in pictures, images, yes. Time and focus and ambition. Okay? Let's see. All right, DJ is getting it. Okay, good. Good. Does that make sense? So like, we're not talking about anything, but I'm telling you, what happens is the clarity that you will have after doing this exercise, okay? The vision you will have for where you are, where you want to go, and how to get there is going to be crystal clear. Crystal clear. Check this out. Here's what most people's vision is. See that right there? That's how it is. You want to clear it. You want your vision to be crystal clear. The clearer the vision, the faster you'll get there. Okay? Makes sense, yes? Okay. So the price tag is this. I'm going to identify, I'm going to list all these things that I've written out, okay? What my lifestyle is going to be. Itemize them, everything, okay? And then put a price tag on it. Okay, this is going to cost me this much, this much, this much, this much, this much, okay? And you put a total price tag. Total is going to be this much, all right? Whatever that number is for you. If you are in 4%, we have there's a free training right now that's still available for free that you can enroll. If you didn't, check it out, definitely get it. It's called Wealth Building Blueprint. And I talked to you about this kind of stuff. Okay, how do you figure your budgeting at the level that a lot of people don't think about? Okay, how do you create order? And I teach that to you from personal experience. Again, you know, that changed my everything for me. When I wasn't doing that kind of stuff, it was a mess. When I started to do that kind of stuff, it brought order into everything. So it's really, really important stuff. Okay, so if you're in 4%, check that training out. It's inside of the 4% members area. Okay, but there's going to be a price tag. Okay, Timothy says yes. All right, okay, good. Check this out. Then I'm going to take a look at that. All right, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, okay, here's what I'm at. Here's where I want to go. I know I have a clear vision of where I'm at right now. I know down to the penny, right, where I'm at. Am I in the red? If you're running a business, you know, are you losing money? Are you making money? How much money are you making? Right? What's your household incomes like? What's your household burn rate is? What's your business burn rate is? Where are you at? Okay? How you doing? Have that number. Here's where I want to be at. Here is what it's going to take. Here's a price tag on this lifestyle right here. Okay? Now, decide. Decide. Are you going to go or not? Okay? Decide. Simply. Maybe you don't need to go there. Maybe you're okay right now. The reason a lot of people are not succeeding online is because they're simply comfortable where they are. Nothing wrong with that. Does that make sense? And so a lot of people talk like they want to succeed. Subconsciously, they are comfortable. Okay, so like subconsciously, it's a comfort zone. They may not live the best life. They might not have the best lifestyle. They might not even like it. But because it's comfortable, it doesn't hurt a lot, right? It's tolerable. You get what you tolerate, you know? And so when they think about all this cooler stuff right there, they're like, it's wishful thinking. It's not, they haven't decided. They didn't do this, you know, they wishing about this, some kind of imaginary, you know, level that they have never been to. You know, they're making 4,000, 5,000 working at a job right here. It's okay, bills are paid, they're, you know, they would like to have more, but it's comfortable, it's familiar, they're okay, but they want to build it. And so there's no motivation, there was no thrust, there was no, like, the magnet is broken. It doesn't pull. You see what I'm saying? What's up, Eric? Good to see you. Make sense? I like to be uncomfortable, Jeremy says. Okay, great. Not a lot of people who like to be uncomfortable. Most people, human nature is to be comfortable. You know, we want to be comfortable. And it's good. I mean, I like to be comfortable. I honestly do not want to be uncomfortable. Nobody in their I don't think like if you you know, if you ask anybody, be like, dude, you want to be uncomfortable? Nobody's going to say, yeah, I want to be uncomfortable. If you have an option between being comfortable and being uncomfortable, you always go for comfort. I mean, you have to be crazy to say, you know, I'm just going to put myself in the freezer just because I want to feel uncomfortable. Or I want to give away all my money because I want to feel uncomfortable. I mean, that it goes against human nature. However, consciously, when you understand this stuff, right, then you can say, you know what, I am okay with being uncomfortable temporarily, right? Be out of balance, be out of whack temporarily to get comfortable long term. And whatever your comfort level will be, and that's your destination, and you got solid on the why, what is it going to do? What's the price tag? And you work your butt off. That's when you decide, okay? Then you go to step number 6, okay, is you commit. Okay? You commit. You say, you know what? All right, Casey says I'm getting it. Good. Just got in. Good evening, Aquilino. Good evening. Okay? So you commit and you say, you know what? I'm going for it based on this. Based on your why. You're not going for it based on, you know, your conscious, but that's why you want to do this kind of stuff and really get solid on these two things. Okay? And then you commit, you decide, hey, do I want to do this or not? Yes, maybe, you know, if it, and I say this, you guys, if you want to really create magic in your life, it's got to be a 0 or a 1 situation. It has to be a black and white type thing. It has to be, I'm going to do this or I'm not going to do this. It cannot be, I'm going to try. It just can't, because you're going to fail. 99.9% chance you're going to fail. If you say, I'm going to try, you know what I mean? Right here. I'm going to try. Almost guarantee you're going to fail. Trying is presupposition of failure, that you're going to fail. Don't try. You're either going to do this or not. And again, that's why when you go through and just really take a day, it will change your life. Take a day and do this exercise with yourself, with your significant other. You know, I did this with my wife, you know, a long time ago. I do this kind of stuff with myself. When we want to take this company 4%. I mean, we got to a certain level, dude. I want to go way, way, way up there, right? This is the stuff that I'm going through in this noggin right here. This is the stuff I'm going through on paper. This is the stuff I'm going through, you know, in my mind mapping, in my exercise. I mean, this is the stuff that I do. You know why? Because your business, you know who's going to take your business to that level? Not me, not your neighbor, not somebody else. It'll be you. There's one person that drives that, and that is you. Okay? Does that make sense? So what I'm telling you guys is this. If you do this, it will give you clarity, laser-like. When you have clarity, you have power. When you don't have clarity, okay, try to go 60 miles an hour, or how about 100 miles an hour? I guess if you're in Germany, right? We cannot do that in the United States. That'll be illegal. Try to drive fast looking through that, okay? And let me know how it goes. Make sense? Okay? I'm not gonna try, I'm gonna do. So you may not need to do that. You may not need to execute your plan. You know what I mean? If you're comfortable here, if you're like, you know, I would like to do that, it's kind of nice, I'm gonna give it a shot, I'm gonna give it a whirl, see how it's gonna go. You will probably be like most people. So in that case, you'll be better off saving your money. Don't do that. Just live your life, your comfortable lifestyle, and just wait till it gets really super uncomfortable for you here, to where you'll be, you know, maybe like a back against, you know, the wall, and be like, dude, I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna die trying. People that do that kind of stuff are the ones that have that decision, right? I'm gonna do that, or I'm gonna die trying. And then what happens? Only then do you commit. Guys, I'm telling you from personal experience. Okay, I had a gentleman ask me. He's like, Vic, I can't seem to break through to another level. How come? And he's doing okay. You know, he's 10K a month or something like that. He's like, dude, I want to get to $1 million. I want to, you know, go 10x and then multiply my income, but I just can't get myself to. You know why? That he's okay. He's Subconsciously, we're talking subconsciously, because your feelings stemming not from your conscious, it's stemming from your subconscious. Okay? Okay? So, it's important. Then do you need to do that or not? And when you say yes, is that a 1 or a 0? Are you going to do that or you're going to die trying? Yes. Okay. That's when you commit. When you commit, there is no going back. When you commit, when a pilot committed to taking off, that's it. He's going to take off, right? Get to the point of no return. He's going to take off or he's going to crash. That's it. He's going to fly or he's going to die. It's really that simple. And I'm telling you, when you approach business building, understand, I mean, we only got like an hour here, so I don't, when you attend these shows, and especially if you're in 4%, the stuff that we teach, we talk a lot about like money is just a byproduct. So many people chase money, but it's just a representation of something else. It's an effect. It's you focus on the cause, effect is money or lack thereof. So what I'm talking to you about is these things that will make huge difference for you, right? Do it or don't do it. If you're doing it, you're gonna do this or you're gonna die trying. There is no going back. There is no I'm gonna give it. When you go like that, when you go I'm gonna give it a whirl and then you pull back, you're wasting resources, you're wasting energy, you're wasting mental power, and what happens is, more important than anything, you are conditioning yourself subconsciously to do that again and again. You're giving yourself a cop out. When you give yourself a cop out, it's just like running. It's like, it's like working out. It's like waking up in the morning. It's like eating healthy. It's like, you condition yourself subconsciously, and what you do repeatedly tends to get grooved into your subconscious thinking, and that becomes your behavior. You see what I'm saying? So people that like to snooze their alarms in the morning, guess what? You do it once, give yourself what you call it, that exception. Just today, and then tomorrow, just another day won't do much, right? And then before you know it, dude, it becomes a habit, right? People that drink alcohol, I just want one thing. I'm strong, okay. Just another one, won't do much, okay. And it becomes a way of life. You see what I'm saying? Same thing in business and these thrusts of, I'm gonna do this, oh, it's not for me, because you haven't decided, you haven't done this. And so you're operating consciously, and your conscious mind can only focus on two things. I did this, right? Look at the marker right here. Look at the marker. See, when you're looking at here, you're already blurring out this right here, okay? Your conscious mind is very limited focus. Subconscious runs your entire life. I am up at 2:30 a.m. most mornings, Bruce says. Okay? Just like reading, you guys, just like reading, man. 30 minutes a day, read. Just read. It's so simple. It's simple to do. It's simple not to do. But I'm telling you, if you condition yourself, you condition yourself for, there's patterns for success. But what I'm saying to you is, when you commit, that's it. That's it. You're doing this or you're gonna die trying. Now then you go to this. You go to plan. Okay? See, a lot of people are like, I'm gonna join this deal, I'm gonna buy this product and blah blah, I'm gonna be rich. They just go straight to plan. Missing the entire thing. And then you wonder why, why they're not getting what they want to get, what they intend. A lot of things are missing. Because your plan can change a lot. Okay? But then, here's another thing. A plan is how you're going to get there, right? So you committed, you decided, here's where I'm going. Okay, I'm going to go to Hawaii. Okay, great. I'm going to go to Hawaii. Metaphorically speaking, right? Here's why I'm going. Here's a price tag. Okay, I'm good to go. Okay, dude, how am I going to get there? Am I going to walk? Am I going to swim? Am I going to take a plane? Am I going to drive? Bicycle? How am I going to get there? Dude, what's your vehicle, ladies and gentlemen? See what I'm saying? What's the plan? What is the plan? What's the vehicle? Do the math. And again, I don't have the time to talk about the plan a lot. If you have not checked out, if you are brand new to the show, if you have not checked out the training that, the webinar that I'm running right now on Success Challenge webinar. Check it out if you're on 4percent.com/live. Below the video, check out that webinar because I talk a lot about the plan. I talk about the plan, like details, how I took myself from 0 to making 11,500 per day on average just selling other people's products as an affiliate, and build a whole business around that years ago, and then expanded that into a big company. If you want to learn, if you want to see the actual plan, strategy, execution, all that stuff, check out that training on this page. I'll talk to you about that a lot, okay? I want to talk to you about the biggest thing of all, and that is this, okay? Is understanding that you are, finish my sentence here, okay? You are the driver. My friends, I cannot emphasize anything more important than you understanding this. You are the driver. I'm not gonna drive you there. Your wife is not gonna drive you there. Nobody's gonna take you there. You have to take yourself there. That's it. You are responsible for getting there. When you go through all of that and you've done all of these things, understand you are, and only you, not anybody else, you, okay? You are the only person in the entire world, in the entire universe, that's gonna take you where you wanna go, to that destination. Nobody else. Nobody else. You make the decision, okay? You create the plan for you. You commit, right? You decide. Make sense? You do the math on the price tag, so you understand that nobody can feed that information to you. You're dealing with you. Make sense? You ask yourself these 5 questions for you, not for your wife. What do you think? Dude, you're doing this for you, right? What's the feeling? Because you're dealing with your subconscious. You are, you know, what your subconscious is programmed. This is your essence. You're a good person. You cop out easily. If you are constantly complaining, if you know somebody else's fault, it's, you know, for your failures. Every time you fail, it's somebody else's fault. Guess what? It's your condition. It's you. You. Make sense? And it's you understanding the plan that you're taking, the road that you're gonna take. You pick the destination. You understand it's all you. Everything at the end of the day, it's up to you. You get it? So for me, right? For me, okay, have a clear vision of the future you want to create. And then the rest of these 12 attributes or 11 attributes support that where you want to go. Make sense? I'm telling you, when you do this, especially this step number 3 here, okay, when you have it cleared out, written out on paper, when you take the time to go through this stuff, most people don't do this. 96% of people watching this, 96 people out of every 100 watching this, they will not do this. They'll say, yeah, good idea. They go back to what they were doing. And you can do that because it's you. You make your decisions for you. I can't make decisions for you. I can't make you do stuff. You know, I can only tell you, hey, this changed my life, man. It will change your life if you actually take it seriously, but maybe you're not ready for it. Maybe you're comfortable in your current position. Maybe you're like, dude, it's okay. So either way is fine, but if you are ready, if you're sick and tired of where you are right now, identify that, okay? Rip the Band-Aid off, man. Ladies, rip it off, okay? Whatever you've been Band-Aiding over, take it off. Take a look at the wound, what's going on, okay? Clear assessment, detailed assessment of where you are, okay? And, okay, what you're gonna do about it, what we're gonna do. Decide, once you decide, you commit, that's it. You're not stopping. This plane is taken off. Something happens in the spiritual world. I don't care if you don't believe in this or not. I really don't care. You don't have to believe that if you fall from or if you step from the tall building, you're gonna kill yourself. If you step from a 30-story building, you're probably gonna kill yourself. You don't have to believe that. You can just try it, and then you find out, but it's gonna be too late. I mean, it doesn't matter. There are laws that govern everything. But I'm telling you, what happens is when you commit, when you decide based on substance, when you make that commitment, something happens in the spiritual world that you don't see, that I don't see. Something happens that the world is going to ask, how come this one guy seems to be doing what everybody else is doing, same company, same industry, crushing it, while 96 people out of every 100 are suffering? How come? You see what I'm saying? So when I'm talking about you are the driver, I'm talking about you taking care of you, because all these things without you will never happen. Does that make sense, everybody? Right? So like where we want to take the company, I have to become the person who will be ready for that leap. Wherever you want to go, you have to become that person who will be ready and able to take you and your family and your future and your business and your results to the level that you want to go. Does that make sense? So I want to do this. Again, going back to that pretty window, right? I want to clear that window for me. This guy right here. What crap? Success should be natural. Like growth should be natural. What prevents it are those weeds, things. So a lot of times if we just invert how we look at things. So if I want to succeed, all I have to do is remove things that block it or interfere with it. And success should be a default thing, right? Tree is gonna grow by default. If it's alive, guess what? Your dream is a living thing, because you are a living thing. There's no such thing as I'm staying in the same spot. I'm either gonna, I'm growing, or I'm disintegrating, or I'm growing, right? Your body, same thing. I mean, it's like when I understood this concept years ago, you guys, it made so much difference. I stopped watching TV. I stopped listening to radio stock shows. I stopped listening to all the crap around me. I stopped caring what my neighbors thought of me. I stopped caring what my family thought of me. I stopped caring what anybody else thought of me, because I decided where I want to go, why I want to get there, and I got clear. I cleared my window. You know what I mean? I cleared my window and I started to see what the future is like. When I saw the future, man, it became compelling. When I saw the future, you couldn't convince me I wasn't already there. When I was broke, you guys know my story. When I saw the future, you couldn't stop me. You know what this guy did? He listened to Jim Rohn, and Jim Rohn says you work harder on yourself, then you work on your business, right? If you work on your business, you can make a living. You work hard on yourself, you'll make a fortune. Why? Because you drive everything else. Without you, this is irrelevant. So you take care of you. You do things that make you good. You do things that make you mentally clear. Okay? Consciously remove all the crap. Don't focus on it. Protect your garden. Protect your seeds. Get rid of the junk. Consciously. Because once you planted that seed in your subconscious mind, let it grow, man. Let it nurture. And then what you do is you read your statement, this why, destination, how it's going to be, why you're doing this. Read it over and over and over and over and over, while consciously staying guard at anything that might interfere with it. Okay? What happens is your subconscious, before you know it, is going to happen very, very quickly. Subconscious picks up on these ideas. Magic happens. Part of the 4% Success Challenge that we teach people, we talk about affiliate marketing. Dude, how many trainings are there in affiliate marketing? Tons. You can go to YouTube, you can learn pretty much anything. Why do so many people fail? Why? Because they're dealing with this. They're just dealing with a plan. What's the plan, man? You know what I mean? Okay? They're like, dude, what program do I join to make me successful? As if like, hey, dude, can you take me to my destination? And that just doesn't exist. You know what I mean? Because it's like saying, dude, do my push-ups for me and let me get the results. No. Okay? Does that make sense, you guys? Simple. But so many people fail because they don't do this. So that's why in part of the success challenge, and that's, if you watch that webinar, I talk a lot about these things that are invisible. When you pair this stuff with your plan and understanding, which is your paradigm and your approach, you become unstoppable. Here's the reality. 4 people out of every 100 do this. And those that do, they reach their destinations. When they get there, guess what? There's another destination they're going. And guess what they're doing? They're repeating the process. Make sense? You want to have mental clarity. You want to have physical energy. What is money? Money is not paper. Money that you want is not paper. Money is an idea. It's consciousness. It's an idea, right? So for you to have ideas, what's an idea? What's a thought? Thought is energy. You mean, right? So for you to have clarity of thought, you got to generate energy. So if you're somebody who doesn't take care of you, and you expect somebody to take care of you, and you expect somebody to do business with you just because you are in a deal, just because you joined a plan, and you're sitting on the couch expecting people to do business with you, but you don't proactively take care of you, something's not aligning in the universe that you don't see. And that, my friend, is where all the magic happens. Make sense? Anyway, that's it. Let it marinate in your head. Let it sink in. Appreciate you guys. It's been fun hanging out with you. Think about it. I mean, take it for what it's worth. This is the process that I'm going through right now, because we want to take what we're doing, multiply it leaps and bounds. We want to go. And you guys, if you're in a 4%, I mean, you'll see. What took us here will not take us where we want to go. No way. This guy, that's why you don't see me a lot on social. You don't see me a lot that. You know why? That's where I'm living in. That's it. You shut off all the distractions. You don't need it. Short-term inconvenience to get to long-term comfort. You can stay there as long as you want. But if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a true entrepreneur, you probably will have another level, because there's always another level. Okay? Key attribute number 1, have a clear vision of the future you want to create, my friends. Nothing else matters. Everything else begins with that seed. It's invisible. And everything visible starts with invisible. They couldn't create this marker, as simple as it sounds, without first having it be visualized and imagined and perceived. You know, Napoleon Hill talks about it. Says if you can conceive it, you can achieve it. Right? Conceive your dreams, my friend. Appreciate you. God bless. See you guys next time. Cheers, everybody.